if you are new here, I'm Ganiti, and if you're already watching this channel, welcome back. Today we are starting on our Patreon requests, and we are going to watch the fourth episode of anime Durarara. I'm just going to say rarara as much as it feels right, and we'll pretend that it is the correct title of the anime. So let's watch the episode 4. Let's go. Oh, I missed watching this opening. I mean, I could, of course, if I wanted to, but it's really nice. I think if you don't mind, I'm just going to watch it every time. You can skip over to the beginning of the episode. Yeah, and also nice reminder for me, because of course I'm forgetting the character. Yeah, I remember Isaiah, I really liked him. And yeah, but it will take me a lot of time. Like these characters, for example, they didn't have a lot of spotlight so far. But I feel like we are going to go to the plot line. Yeah, you see, these three, they're all together. So maybe she's going to kind of join our group and they will hang out, three of us, I guess, with the main character. I remember main character is Ryu. I mean, that's part of his name. They said he, but I feel like the writer is a she, or I don't know, they. Yeah, Simeon. Yeah, and again, so I guess, yeah, like it's hard to say. I don't know yet. Can I say that these are kind of the main characters, because it looks like the anime is going to. I think there was some face I didn't notice before. Going to concentrate on like all of the characters, but I guess main point of view is our Ru and his now two friends, so Kida and the girl. Which one? Which one is? Shit! I should have paid attention more to the names. Yeah, they say he and him, but that's just their implication. What the guy was doing also. Okay. Oh, I remember these girls. I like how her red bow reminds me of Minako from Sailor Moon. That's really cute. Actually, maybe I should recognize the characters in messages by their voices. I wouldn't be able to do that. Well, yeah. Oh, but she does. Okay. And yeah, right after the line, they don't talk. Okay, maybe this guy, we saw him in the first episode. Was it him actually talking to the headless rider? So that looks so cool. Oh, okay, so the episode is focused on him. Yeah, that was totally him in the first episode. That's actually very nice of him. They also need help, right? But and when he was talking to our rider, she was leaving from some kind of it. So they lived together. So it was their home. She wrote it so fast. Yeah, why is it? I guess. Yeah, you could see the silhouette. Yeah, well, I wouldn't like it to if somebody just opened the door to the bathroom when I'm having a shower, you know? And that's a nice horse. Nice touch. I don't think you can really. I mean, you can maybe eat eggshells, but you need to probably ground them first so you can digest them. Well, she obviously can, like, see somehow or feel. Because obviously she knows, like, where she's going, who is she's talking to. Can see her and smell. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sci-fi substance. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a nice theory. Yeah, I like her, like, kind of indifferent personality, but she's not indifferent. Maybe not the best word. Oh, and this traditional room looks so cute. Value system. So that's how she appeared, just materialized. It's considered a fairy, I guess. If you use it as a broader term, it's anything magical creature like. Though, no, I don't think I'll have time to talk about it now after the episode. This chair is so strange. Why is it goes like this? Yeah, and he calls her courier. Courier. Hmm. So she does it for money. It's funny how she's like a magical creature, but living in this world, like using money, shower, live in an apartment. Okay. She wants to meet this artist now. Maybe that artist just saw her. So what? Everyone knows like about her. She's an urban legend. So but that's a pretty place. And this is like a sakura alley. That's pretty creepy. Yeah, I mentioned last some of the times in the first episode maybe that I was reading a book by Mine Read about a headless rider. I didn't think about like Celtic legends lore. Holy shit! What the fuck? I guess visually she's still ominous. So concerned. Maybe she doesn't have it in her hands. Maybe she would like to have it in her hands. You know? If in the legend she did possess it. And here she obviously doesn't. Mm-hmm. Okay. And she switched also then the horse for a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. So that's all her actual backstory. Okay. Not just to talk about the myths. Mm-hmm. So she can change her clothes by will. She doesn't really need to buy them then. So, mm-hmm. Well, that makes sense. So maybe she's searching for her head here. So the scenery is so pretty. So her head is running away from her. Wait, that artist just said that he said saw a headless Dullahan, not a head of a Dullahan, right? Oh, holy shit, that's so pretty. And with the horse, so beautiful. What did she do with the horse? Where's the horse? Did she become a statuette in that flat? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see. So she didn't just appear there. Okay. So she just couldn't take it? The horse is also so pretty. Did she change her horse into a motorcycle? Didn't buy the motorcycle but just created it? So her horse's spirit is inside the motorcycle? I wonder what she needs money then for. To rent a flat? She can create her clothes. She didn't buy her bike. It's like spirit fueled. Is this the artist? Oh, she does look very cute. Well, I guess, yeah, if you draw with like all the details and imperfections, it wouldn't look that good. If you just like take the essence of a person, it looks beautiful. Ah, Okay. So it's about. Oh, that's a beautiful drawing. Holy shit. That girl was so like anime style, and here it's so realistic. Very beautiful headless woman. How did he even have time to see anything? It was so fast. Wait, she didn't have a head. This conversation is a bit confusing to me. So, well, I mean that is a cool experience. So very interesting, very inspirational, especially like if you're an artist, you can draw inspiration from it, you know. Oh, and also the scene is still so pretty with all the sakura leaves. She just rode by. How would she remember him? You mean it could be another one? By the drawings? I guess that was important to her just because it could be like a piece of her memories, you know? Like, forget about your past and just go forward? You will find without your head. I don't like when people tell you to give up. And why is he doing this irritating thing? I wonder if it's irritating for her too. Does he like her? Like, let's go. Wherever you want, we'll be there forever together. A bit creepy. Yeah, he is pretty creepy now. I don't know. He seemed like a nice guy before, but yeah, you're a bit strange, dude. Yeah. I wonder why. So they met on the ship here, and he was 4. They know each other for a long time. What do you mean? Well, I would check. If someone told me there's a woman without a head, like, first normal thought would be she was fucking killed. Of course, I'll go check. Call someone, you know? Ew. So his father was also creepy. Assented? Does it mean agreed? Wait, he didn't even give her like anesthetic or something? What the fuck is wrong with him? Oh. And he's also watching the surgery. Horrible. He's like, what the fuck? Well, I don't know what to say. Apple doesn't fall far away from the tree, maybe. Weren't you like 4 years old? Okay. Maybe go back home. Depends on what memories are there in the head. So the interviews were also by him, but there was also him here, so he interviewed himself. I'm not sure. No. It's probably the end of the episode. Almost. Wait. This. Wait, that artist said she doesn't need a head. It's the same old guy, right? He said before that it's fine that she doesn't have a head. That he doesn't draw her with a head. This episode was so confusing. There were so many things that, well, looked contradicting or strange to me. Like right now, did I just misunderstand some of the dialogue, maybe, or forgot something? And yeah, I'm pretty sure there's only one old guy who draws that Dalahan. It was him, right? um, yeah, as you can see, I forget the face. I think the same. But in any case, this story was pretty creepy. I like Celti. I think that's how they pronounced it, right? I should have listened more closely how they say the first letter. Okay, I'll say Celti. So I really like her. I think I like her personality and like how she is. But this dude, the doctor, at first I thought he was fine. And I mean, the fact that he opened the door of the bathroom wasn't like the worst thing ever. She was like behind the wall there too, and like but after that, I feel like maybe he's a bit obsessed with her. Like we saw that with an artist, he was like normally obsessed, can I say it, like slightly. So obsessed would be a bit too strong of a word for the artist. I would say he was more like very inspired, and he treasured that experience, right? So he used it in his art. But if he was obsessed, he would like try to search for her or something. No, he was just very inspired, right? So it's like a very mild form of this, right? And it was just one magical moment where he saw her for a moment, right? And in the case of this dude that I don't remember which one is his name already. So in any case, with the doctor dude, he met her when he was 4 years old. So he knew her for 20 years. And he was also like, he was very little, so it was a big shock seeing her. Like, that's something very abnormal, right? Very strange. And then it's a bit creepy how he said that he was only 4 and he was attracted to her and she was like an adult woman. I don't think that's realistic. You don't really think about it when you're 4 years old. And you would think this is someone like super old adult. You wouldn't be interested in that. But I think that's just like, this line of dialogue is not really important right now. What I'm trying to say, like, first the meeting of something strange, then the influence of his father, I think. His father also saw her something interesting that he wanted to dissect, he wanted to research, and he also kind of passed this baton to his son. I gave him this scalpel. I'm not sure that's how it's called in Russian, scalpel. I think they said it too. And told him to dissect as well. And first of all, yeah, the scene overall was horrible. They explained that anesthetics didn't work on her, but still, it is very scary. It must have been so painful, and you could see that it was painful for her. And he's like, I can see that she feels pain, with a completely indifferent voice. So I think with such an influence, with such a father, it's no wonder that this guy is also a bit like not right in the head. And I feel like from this moment onward, and spending so much time with her, he just grew more obsessed. And as you could see from his dialogue, he would like, I would do anything. If you want to go home, we can go there. I just want to be with you together forever. So yeah, I wouldn't even call it like love or crush or anything like that. Like, the obsession is the best word, I think, here. But also, she obviously doesn't share his feelings at all. And I didn't like a few things he did. I don't like when people tell you like to give up on something when it's really important to you, and they would be like, well, just forget about it. I hate it. It's much better when a person always kind of encourages you, even if it's hard. They would say, no, you should still do it, you should still try it. That's much better. That's my personal perspective. And then he also kind of came up to her and tried to touch her and tell her, oh, you have to be more feminine. I don't know. What the fuck? What was that even about? It's not like she even did something like super unfeminine even. And he's like, I would feel creeped out in her place living with this dude. And those, going back to that, so he lives with her, he is probably paying for this place. Like, I'm sure he wouldn't even ask her to pay anything because he's obsessed with her. So what does she use that money for? Or she kind of shares with him since they live together. So he also obviously earns money as an underground doctor. So I'm just wondering, like, maybe, like, what does she need? She doesn't need to eat. She doesn't need clothes. They can just appear out of thin air. She doesn't need any, like, how to say it, like, fuel for her bike. So I'm just really curious after I saw that money. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, how she could buy herself, I don't know, a console to play games before sleep, or pretty clothes, or something. Yeah, I guess she probably can't eat technically at all. I don't know. So, also, what I wanted to say, So I was trying to remember where else I met like Dalahans, and when they also talked about fairy, I remembered I was playing an Atome game that I really really loved. It was so good. It was called Cafe Enchanté, and there was a character who was like a Dalahan, one of the love interest, and that was also my favorite guy. I liked him most of all. Like he doesn't have a head, perfect guy obviously, and actually I think it was explained that he kinda has a head, but you can't touch it and you can't see it. So, like, he can see and speak because he does have a head, but it's non-material, so to say. So you would just see this light coming out of his neck, but unlike like in this anime, it's only this dark air, like dark smoke. And in his case, it would change color based on his emotions, like if he's feeling friendly or upset or maybe shy, it would change the color accordingly. And you could just, well, we have our own conceptions of what which color means. Like if it's pink, you will probably assume that he's shy, that he's maybe embarrassed, and if it's green, that he's feeling friendly, and if something moody like blue or purple, maybe he's like upset, or red, maybe angry, right? So it didn't even need to be explained. You would just figure it out by yourself while talking to him, and I found that really interesting and exciting. And so also everyone in this, all the love interests in this Atome game, by the way, if you don't know, an Atome game is like a visual novel where you have a main character who is a girl, and they're like love interests, the guys, and you can romance like any of them and go through their storyline, and then like start over and go through another storyline, and just one after another. And so all the love interests were from a different worlds. And this dude, he was actually from the fairy world, and he was like a fairy of death. So here she was called also a fairy, and I was like, okay, maybe Dalahan, a fairy, that's a bit strange. But I guess it is a broader term, and like everyone who's like this magical creature is called a fairy. And yeah, it reminded me of this game because he also was like a fairy. But when we got to his world, everyone was like the fairy you would imagine, you know, with these wings and flying and cute and pretty. But he was like, I don't know, huge guy in this how it's called, like in armor, you know, and he also wore a helmet to cover that he doesn't have a head. But if he took the helmet, you could see like there's only light here, like this smoke. So I guess yeah, this it's fair to call her a fairy also. And yeah, finally, I had a lot to say about this episode. Honestly, I liked it a lot. It was very informational. We learned a lot. It was very interesting, a bit creepy. And I like some creepy parts. I liked more like the horror-like ones. And it was really cool to see her like in the previous times when she was in this beautiful dress and all these fantastic sceneries of her homeland and the horse. And yeah, I assume she kind of put the spirit of the horse in the bike. They didn't explicitly say it, but yeah, that's my assumption. So in any case, I really enjoyed this episode. It was very fun. Okay, so that would be it for today. So please share your thoughts, if you have any, without spoilers of course, in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and see ya.